wasn't. It wasn't him.
What?
It wasn't.
Titus? Titus? No! No! Help me! Help me!
Code Blue, room 212.
Can you hear me?
All right, Ambitions fans, it's been a while, but whoa. That scene of Titus needing immediate medical attention in the hospital, man, oh man. The question is, did Titus really die in the season 1 finale of Ambitions? Now, let me put it this way, and I don't mean this in a bad way either. I hope he's dead. And you're probably wondering, Jeremy, come on, man. No. Hear me out. I get it. It's the season finale. You want to build suspense. You want to ask the question, oh my God, did Titus live? Is he dead? What's going on? I just feel like for as great as that scene was, you know, where everything's in slow motion, Amara's breaking down, and if memory serves, this scene occurred after Amara thought that she killed Damien in order to protect Stephanie. Yeah, that's right, because Stephanie said, don't worry about it. I'll make sure neither of us were here. I'll deal, somebody will come and clean up their tracks. And you go back and be with Titus. Because remember, Stephanie lied saying that Damien was the one that ran over Titus. So then when Amara, broken obviously, because she just, air quote, killed someone, goes back to the hospital to reassure Titus everything is okay because Damien has been dealt with. But then he's like, no, it wasn't Damien. So before he can actually say who did it, he, what's it called? Is it flatline? Well, yeah. Basically, the guys had to come in, the nurses and everything had to go in there immediately to try to resuscitate. I hope that's the right word. Resuscitate or revive Titus. But then you get all these flashbacks of the good times those two have had throughout the season. Yeah. It was good to get a reminder of that because of all the bad stuff they went through. But I feel like this will definitely be a character growth moment for Amara. Because I remember finishing the episode and feeling so bad for Amara. Because you have to look at it from the perspective of she thought that she's under the impression that she killed someone. So she's dealing with the weight of murder on her hands. Then on top of that, her husband, who was ran over, is dead. And I say dead because, I do think he's dead. So that will definitely lead to an interesting dynamic for the character of Amara in season 2. Now, I feel like it would really cheapen Titus's death if it turns out he's not dead. You could make the argument, well, Jeremy, maybe in the original script for season 2, he's supposed to be dead, but if the show gets revived on another network or on OWN again, well, they'll keep Titus alive. I think that's cheap. It's almost like, I know this is a completely different genre, but hear me out. A lot of people are like, we want Robert Downey Jr. back for Tony Stark in the MCU. If you bring Tony back, unless it's like an AI system, or if he does like voiceover and some of the animated, like the Marvel What If he does like animated work or whatever, that's different than bringing Tony Stark back into the MCU like full on, unless you do the whole multiverse thing, which you technically could do. But I feel like it would cheapen the death of the character. That final snap, I am Iron Man. Boom, dead. So to bring Titus back, I feel like, honestly, I would be upset because I feel like it would definitely cheapen the scene in the last episode, because it's like, really. And yeah, guys, I know I review a lot of Tyler Perry stuff, and there's a lot of, you know how I felt about Catherine Cryer not being shot after a 6-month hiatus. Trust me, that video, I went in. But with this, I think Ambitions to have the balls to kill off the character of Titus, I would applaud them for that. Because once again, it will show real character dynamic for Amara. Not to mention, how about the truth about what really happened to Titus? That's another thing. If he dies, then the truth goes with him, unless the person who actually ran him over or organized it actually revealed the truth. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But honestly, guys, I think Titus is dead. but he was one of my favorite characters. And I remember watching the season finale feeling some kind of way because the men really bit the dust in that one. Like, what was it? The episode prior to the, was it the episode prior to the finale? Or it was during like the 2-episode event? Yeah. What was it? The week before the finale, there was a 2-episode event, and then Perla, Bella's friend that tried to kill her, she killed Evan's bodyguard, and then you had Amara killing, air quote, killing Damien, and then before that, Titus being hit by the car, and then Stephanie's errand boy, if you will, got knocked out by Damien. So the question is he dead or alive? And then of course Hunter shooting allegedly Stephen Carlisle in the finale. So it's like, yo, why are the men always taking the hits in this show? Like, what about the women? So I think Titus is dead, or he should be dead for the sake of a good story, even though I really love the character, but I think his death would actually propel the story further. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Titus is dead? Do you want Titus to die? Or do you agree with me that you really like the character, but really when it comes to these kind of shows, the character, when it comes to like somebody will die in the season finale or the mid-season finale, you always have to ask the question, whose death would do the most for the story? That's the biggest question. Whose death would actually propel a character to grow? So can you imagine if Titus is dead, but Damien's still alive? What kind of dynamic will that do for Amara? That's what I'm talking about. Plus, you all know Essence' portrayal of Amara is my favorite character in the show. That's not to say I don't love all the other actors, because I do, but I feel like Essence just gives like top tier performance, in my opinion. So with that being said, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any new content. Also, links to all my social media are in the description box below. And finally, make sure you sign that petition to help bring back Ambitions. Then share it on Twitter, Facebook, all your social media. We're trying to get to as many signatures as possible so we can make season 2 happen.